Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Just a quick update, not too much movement in the market, but what I find quite interesting is that today the price stays below this previous support line and now potentially resistance of this channel. So if I zoom out, you can see this channel here on the chart, this channel in which we have been since the 24th of January, really, maybe a few days before. Potentially also a bearish flag with that flagpole here and the flag, which would then more likely than not break also to the downside, which would be in line with my Elliott wave count as well. Now in this whole period since we've been in this channel, I'm now on the 4-hour chart, we've never been that long actually below the channel. Here we've been below the channel but not that long. Here we've been up and down really. And then here lately, that was a few days ago, we were outside of the channel, and now here various periods now outside of the channel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4-hour periods. And in 1 hour, the next period is starting on the 8-hour chart as well. You can see 4 8-hour periods now. Here, these were 3 periods, and here we had 3 periods before, and here we had 2 periods and then once more 3. So the 4th period is currently ongoing. And from a daily point of view as well, as we looked at it before, we've never really closed outside of the channel, the daily, and yesterday we did that for the first time, and we might now be retesting it. So the decision, I think, still hasn't been made because we haven't yet seen another impulsive move down. But if that happens, that could really be it. For now, we're just hovering below the support line, now retesting it as resistance. We already retested here on the 4-hour chart, but I think we are coming once more, as it seems, we are going to come once more to that 39.9k level, as it seems, to retest it again. So you can see that this is not impulsive. This is a fairly corrective move that we're doing here at the moment. Before potentially we could have another sell-off. So this is the important level, 39.9k. Here above it, we get back into the channel and will then have another chance to go higher. Until then, the downtrend is at play. And really, we would need to move above the previous swing high, which is at 40.8k, to get back into an uptrend. For now, we are clearly in a short-term downtrend here, started at 43k. And it has dropped all the way down to 39k, pretty much 39.2. 39.2 is this important level here that I gave you already before, below which we need to break to, with a higher likelihood, really start that final sell-off down that we're expecting here on this channel. For now, we are still holding above the 39.2k level, and we're really forming something here like a bearish flag, maybe better visible on the 1-hour chart. There you go. You can see that here, coming down here in sort of another flagpole pattern. Here, this is really then a potential pennant, potential triangle that we're forming here. And again, this would now, in my opinion, be more likely than not that it breaks out to the downside, basically just because it is a triangle pattern in a downtrend. And when you have that, I mean, it is a bit of an ascending wedge here, which counts as a bearish flag, doesn't it? So again, of course, not 100% these break out to the downside, but it would be more likely than not because the downtrend is in play and we're currently just consolidating after this downtrend. So from here then, the breakout point would be, if I leave it like that, support would be at 39.6. So a move below that would take us down. In the first price target would be the beginning of that wedge, which would be here at 39.2. And then to the upside, what would the target be? Here we can just take the height of that wedge roughly, and we add it here to the breakout point. I wouldn't put too much attention to these price targets of the patterns. They are more a guide. Could take us to around 40.1, 40.2k. But this is what we're looking out for here. Bear in mind down here, yes, that's a valid trend line. We have at least 3 touch points. Up here, we only have 2 so far. So this could also move a little bit higher, and I would need to move the upper trend line a bit depending on what's going on. But for now, it seems like we have 2 touch points and we're already reacting to that resistance line here. So this could become a valid resistance line. And then, yeah, we're getting close into the apex. Normally these breakouts out like 2/3, 3/4 in the, in the triangle, in the wedge. So it's about time. So we can expect that. Very little volume today, very little volume, but that typically happens when you are in such a formation, in such a consolidation, that you are just consolidating because you had a lot of selling volume here, and now we're just consolidating really because we probably were on the lower time frames. Let's take a look. Oversold, as you can see here. Yes, on the 1 hour chart we were oversold, and I think we're getting close to a breakout here. We're getting close to the 50 level as well. So when we are bearish, we could really then see a reaction here to that 50 level. We saw, okay, we broke here slightly above 50. We got all the way up to 58, 59. Before also here we started to roll over. That was here around the 16th of April. But what you can see occasionally when you are oversold, you move up to the 50 level, and the 50 level on the RSI can provide resistance. This is of course here on the 1 hour chart. Let's take a look on the 4 hour chart. Here we were not yet oversold. So technically already now again, you have more scope to drop even lower on the 4 hour. Indicators rather moving sideways at the moment. There isn't much going on. And on the daily, I mean, we talked about that earlier today, we did avoid that bullish crossover here on the MACD, on the daily. And we still have that short signal on the ADX and DI down here. So this is really what we're looking at here at the moment. Price consolidating. Yeah, it will be interesting to see how the daily candle is going to close today. Because if I go back to the daily, you can see that we now had obviously one candle closed outside of the channel. This today is the second candle. Indecision going on. You can just take it, see it on the candle itself. Very little candle body, hardly moving at all. But maybe today we are going to see here the decision when we break out of this wedge, which you also see here on the 4 hour chart, but much better on the daily chart. And here the imminent breakout targets, or the imminent breakout points to the downside, would be 39.6 and 39.75 really to the upside. It is only on the 1 hour here, but it could be the consolidation pattern from which we need a breakout. But again, they don't always need to break to the downside. Here we had a similar situation. Bear in mind, we came down here very impulsively, also formed here some kind of a pennant, or a triangle pattern. This looked actually more like a ascending triangle. And when we broke above the previous rejection point here at 39K, we moved back up. So until the breakout happens, you don't know in which direction it will go. Therefore, 39.75 is the level that I would be expecting a breakout above, and 39.6 below, which would then continue the sell-off down. All right, so hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.